Okay, so now we know that the devil is the accuser of the brethren, right? He accuses us day and night. You know, he was screaming in my ear when I messed up. He was screaming, you must not love God like you said, because you wouldn't have messed up if you did. I mean, he was telling me all kinds of stuff, and I was believing him. You know, I was just miserable after I did the things that I did. And I didn't want to tell anybody because I was afraid, once again, that they wouldn't want to be my friend, that they wouldn't want to be around me, they wouldn't trust me, they would think I was a liar. They'd be going, see, that's what I'm saying. I didn't believe her. I knew that she was going to mess up. I knew it. See, I was believing all the lies the devil was telling me, you know, because that's what we do. It's easy to hear his voice because it's loud and he screams in our ears, you know, because he wants to discourage us. He doesn't want us to go forth and, you know, let all this stuff that's hidden in our life, you know, the skeletons in our closet, he wants them to stay in there. He doesn't want anything to come out because he knows his time is short. And if he can keep you discouraged and keep you from talking and testifying of Jesus because you feel guilty, because you've messed up, that's his plan. He doesn't want you out there. So, okay, here's the story. And, oh, by the way, I did finally, after 10 years, I decided, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to let the devil do this to me anymore. I'm going to share. And I got to share this for the first time on a conference line. It's a ministry line. It's my favorite ministry. It's Extended Hands of God Highway Ministries. And if you have ever, you know, go look at their website. It's awesome. A great group of people. They're truck drivers and they have church every day and every night, and they have church on a conference line. They just call in and they do testimonies, they sing, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, awesome people. So I got to share it there. But so here is the story, okay? Several years ago, my mom and I, we started going to a Bible study and got to know some really awesome people, some really good people, and we loved it. And there was this girl there that she seemed to know the scriptures. Like, I mean, every time she spoke up, it was like, wow, she knows the Bible. She knows the word. I could probably learn some stuff from her, you know. I got to get to know her. And so I did. And I went over and spent some time with her and her husband and her kids. And we'd do Bible studies at their house. And it was great. We got to be really good friends over the next several months, and they actually started a ministry from their home where they would cook hot meals and deliver them to the homeless. And so I was like, they asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, and I was like, absolutely, man, I would love that because I love doing stuff like that. So I started driving, it was about 30 minutes from my house every night, or not every night, every Tuesday night, I think it was, that they would cook all day, and then I would drive down there after I got off work. We got to go deliver the meals, and it was just a blessing for me because I got to meet a lot of neat people and got to share the love of Jesus, and it was just awesome. So we got to be good friends, and then they had two small kids, and they were so cute, and they were great. And Mom and Dad actually took them out one time to this place and let them do those Build-A-Bear things, because they didn't have a lot, and so Mom and Dad wanted to bless them one Christmas, and so they got to do that, and then my dad had built a big wooden cross for my mom to put in the house, and the girl, she actually saw that and she loved it, and so my dad, for a surprise, he built them one and gave it to them, and they loved it, and that was just, my dad loved doing stuff like that. My mom, they were both givers, and man, I don't have them with me anymore. They're with Jesus. Praise the Lord. They're not having to deal with all the craziness that's going on right now in this world. They're actually with the Lord, and they're having the time of their life. So I'm thankful for that, but I miss them like crazy. But after I got to be friends with these people, it was a couple of years after that. Out of the blue, my dad had a massive heart attack, totally unexpected. And I had just been with him and Mom, like 30 minutes before it even happened. I'd gone over to visit them and got to pray with them. I just felt led to pray with them. And then 30 minutes later, after I got home, my mom called, and It was horrible. So I don't even want to go down that road. But anyway, so that was probably the most devastating time in my life up to that point. And I couldn't even function. I mean, I was literally so miserable, and I couldn't think straight. I couldn't work. I didn't want to eat. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do anything. I mean, I don't think I went back to work for a couple weeks anyway after that happened, because I wanted to be with my family, for one. I wanted to be with my mom and my brother, and I just couldn't even think. I mean, it was awful. It was very traumatic. And so after that, I don't know, it was probably a month or so after that, my friend's husband actually lost his job, and they were getting ready to get evicted from their apartment, and they didn't know what they were going to do. And so I told them, I can let you stay at my apartment, which, mind you, it's a one-bedroom apartment, probably 800 square feet, I'm guessing, small, very small. But I said, until you guys can get on your feet, you're more than welcome to stay at my house, my apartment, because I could not stand the thought of seeing their kids on the street, or, not having anywhere to go. So I just wanted to help, I just wanted to be there for them and, help in this hard time. So they did. They moved in, and they, just camped out in my living room. And, that kind of went on for months and months. And, we did some ministry, and we did some online ministry stuff. And so I thought, okay, I can do this. Well, guess what? I dropped out of church because I started listening to some of the things they were saying, and they were saying that, a lot of churches aren't good, and, they're greedy. They don't want to help people, and all they have is to say bad stuff about us, and we've been kicked out of a few. Well, that was a red flag. I should have known that right off, but I'm telling you, I wasn't in my right mind, and I know I'm not making excuses, because I chose to do the things that I did. Okay, I'm not making any excuses or trying to blame anybody or anything, but but I ignored that. And another one later on, not right then, it's just several months down the road, they start talking about a lot of people, that didn't agree with the way they thought and the things that they did, that those people most likely had demons in them. Another red flag. My family would tell me, Kim, they're taking advantage of you. And I'd be like, no, I'm just doing them. I'm helping. They're going to get back out on their feet. I wouldn't listen to anybody. People were trying to warn me. People could see from the outside, but on the inside, I was in some different world. I don't know. It was like I was being brainwashed, I guess you could say, by them. And I was listening because I was in a very extremely vulnerable position. The most vulnerable time in my life. I can't even say that word. So, but it was horrible, because I just lost my dad, and I wasn't thinking straight, and I just wanted to help people. I thought maybe that would help me not to be alone, and I could, have somebody to talk to when I wasn't at mom and, visiting with Mom and Todd. And so I just, I let them stay, and I was paying for everything. I mean, I bought everything. I paid all the bills. I bought all the clothes and everything. So, and that was fine. I didn't care. It didn't bother me. I love to help, but I don't know. I think at that point, things started getting, we started to develop a very unhealthy relationship. I'll just put it that way. And I'll continue this in a minute.